sun is the center of the earth, in the middle of the universe. Then why is this verse coming 6 times rehearsed? Don't freestyle much, but I write them like such. Word. Amongst the fiends controlled by the screens, what does it all mean, all this I'm seeing? Human beings screaming vocal javelins, sign of a local unraveling. My wandering got my wondering, where Christ is in all this crisis. Hating Satan never knew what nice is. Check the papers, well I bet on ISIS. More than your eye can see and ears can hear. Year by year all the sense disappears. Nonsense perseveres, prayers laced with fear. Beware, 2 triple O. It might feel good, it might sound a little something, but damn the game if it don't mean nothing. What is game? Who got game? Where's the game in life? Behind the game, behind the game. I got game, she got game, we got game, they got game, he got game. It might feel good, it might sound a little something, but the game if it ain't saying nothing. Damn, was it something I said? Pretend you don't see, so you turn your head. Race scared of his shadow, does it matter? Thought of reparations, got him playing with the population. Nothing to lose, everything's approved. People use, even murders excuse. White men in suits don't have to jump. Still 1,001 ways to lose with the shoes. God takes care of old folks and fools, while the devil takes care of making all the rules. Folks don't even own themselves, paying mental rent. The corporate presidents. 1 out of 1 million residents. Be a dissident who ain't kissing it. The politics of chains and whips got the sick missing chips and all the championships. What's love got to do with what you got? Don't let a win get to your head or a loss to your heart. Nonsense perseveres, prayers laced with fear. Beware, 2 triple O is near. It might feel good, it might sound a little something, but damn the game if it don't mean nothing. What is game? Who got game? Where's the game in life? Behind the game, behind the game. I got game, she got game, we got game, they got game, he got game. It might feel good, it might sound a little something, but the game if it ain't saying nothing.
Something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there.
Yeah, that's right.
Telling me I got to beware. Each time we stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I had to wait until it did that chorusy bit because, you know. Anyway, hi. So tonight I want to talk about that well-known band, Sadiq Khan and the Rape Gangs. It's got a, I don't know, it's got a little something about it. Sort of fits together. You know, people have sort of said Posie and the Banshees. So, you know. I just look, I'm not saying that he's connected. I'm just saying, if this is what I'm saying, right? I'm not saying that he's connected, not saying that he knows. I'm just saying, if you can say that a mass group of people in London, on the basis that they're white, are racist and far right, I think you can probably make assumptions about other groups. I think that's like the game, right? You can do that, yeah. So if I can say that because of the behavior of say 1 or 2 people, that a whole group of people are that thing, and brown people should be afraid of these terrible white people in London over the weekend, I'm just saying that it wouldn't be unfair to decide if a certain demographic in the country were overrepresented, say, in the rape of children, grooming and rape of children, that you could just say that all of them are, right? Isn't that? I think that's how he works, or he would if he could speak in coherent sentences where the words sounded like they were actually in one sentence. I think we could do that. I think somebody that groups together a whole group of people, including black people and brown people, right, in there, in the group. I think you can. I'm not saying that I would do that because I'm not an asshole. I wouldn't decide that just because some people behave like that all people behave like that. I mean, look, I might say that in amongst a Pakistani community in a town where there's, say, 8,000 Pakistanis and 200 of them have raped thousands upon thousands of girls, I think it would be fair to say that you can extend that out and say that it wouldn't be beyond the wit and reason of anyone to assume that it was well known within that whole community what those men were doing. Right? Right? I mean, who wouldn't know? God, we all knew if some girl lost her virginity when I was at school, like 1,200 kids at school, one girl or a couple lost their virginity at like in, I don't know, fourth year, old school, fourth year, year 10. I don't think it would be unreasonable. Do you? And if I was a racist, I would call them all, I wouldn't just, those people on the right, on the march that are called far right, if I was using his logic, I'd just say that all of a particular demographic were rapists, wouldn't I? That's what I would say. Anyway, should we have a little look at some of the evidence? I'm not saying he's linked. I would never say that a really creepy looking, tiny, hateful, loathsome, vile, dirty little man, horrible man, like the way he treats women, he's just grotesque. I wouldn't say necessarily that that meant that he was involved or knew about the mass rape of girls in London. I wouldn't say that. That would be an unjust and unfair thing to say. That'd be a terribly awful thing for anyone to say that they were even remotely suspicious that he knew anything about it and potentially was involved or covered it up or anything. That would be a terrible thing to say. And I'm not even saying that the things that I'm going to show you are evidence of that. I'm just saying, let's say that I was covering it up, that I did know something about it, that whilst I was doing that, I was doing things like Pakistan Independence Day, and 10 years ago, I'd gone with the now Home Secretary, and I was really involved in a lot of Pakistani sort of fundraising stuff. And at the same time, there was some like cover for Muslim Brotherhood type things getting embedded in our society. And I was having massive Ramadan things at the same time as not really celebrating Easter in the capital city. And when Notting Hill Carnival was sort of 511 billion arrests for sex crimes, drug crimes, and even murder, when that's happening, and I'm sort of saying that that's a really great event, when I'm doing those sorts of things, and then I'm sort of characterizing all these people as far right, and I'm hoping that far right means that everybody else says, oh yeah, they are far right. I'm saying that if I was kind of involved in anything like that, who might I really not like? I might not like the people marching against the rape gangs. Now, I'm not saying that that's why Sadiq Khan, the sniveling, vile little scrotum, I'm not saying that that's why he doesn't like the people marching. I'm saying that if I was covering up and knew about the rape gangs, the Pakistani Muslim paedophile rape gangs that were going on in London, as well as everybody everywhere else, I'm just saying, who would I not like? Well, I probably wouldn't like Tommy Robinson. I wouldn't like him very much. I wouldn't like the people that got on stage very much. I wouldn't like the people marching very much. I'd really hate the people protesting against migrant hotels and the rise of sexual violence in their own town. I really, really hate Sammy Woodhouse, especially. I really, really hate her. And I'd hate Maggie Oliver. I'm just saying that if I was in a position of power where for some reason, no matter what my salary, I seem to be getting exponentially more rich and buying properties all over the world, I'm just making the link that if I was like dodgy and I was getting loads and loads of money, right, I would probably really, really hate the march that happened in London. I would hate that. If I was trying to cover up the paedophile rape, done by the Pakistani Muslim gangs in London, and I'd frequently said that they don't actually exist, and I'd been a hateful little shitbag every time somebody had ever said anything about it. I'm just saying I would probably call that march far right. But you know, he might have his own reasons, and we might find out what they are. Eventually, we might find out what those reasons that he seems to be dishonest about the Pakistani Muslim paedophile rape gangs. And if you can bear to listen to him, let's hear what he said about those Pakistani Muslim paedophile rape gangs about 7 or 8 months ago.
Exactly how much clearer do you want me to be? So I asked you this question last week and you found every which way but not to answer it. Just how many grooming gangs have we got in London?
So the situation in London in relation to young people being groomed is different to the parts of the country. So we have...
Yeah, because, you know, when they're groomed in London, it doesn't mean that they're being raped, or it doesn't really matter, or because it's like diverse carnival or something. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's because there's many museums, so it is different.
In London, it is young people being groomed, use your words, not mine, to be using county lines in relation to some...
Oh, so they're not being sexually abused. Is that right, Mr. Khan?
Okay, let me make it clear. Sorry, I wasn't clear enough. I was told I shouldn't be saying rape gangs. They are rape gangs. I'm talking about rape gangs. I'm not talking about country lines. But
this woman should have been the mayor. This woman should have been the mayor. That's all. Every time I see her, I like this woman a lot.
To go back, nobody likes me saying rape gangs, although they are rape gangs, grooming gangs that I would call rape gangs. Tell me about them. How many of those have we got? Not country lines, those particular groups.
To avoid any misunderstanding, can she define what she means by that?
Yes.
Yeah, because he doesn't know. He's never, you know, as a Pakistani man himself, he's never heard of grooming gangs. Never. He's never heard of them. Nope. No. Maybe they're called something else within his brain. Maybe they're called, I don't know, woo, success. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. That would be a terrible thing to say. But maybe they're called getting away with it. They might be called that. Maybe he doesn't know what grooming gang actually means. You know, let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
If you look at what's gone on in Rotherham, where there are people...
I don't know what that is. What is that? What is that accent thing that he does where every single word is a separate sentence? So annoying.
People taking young girls, grooming them for sex. That is what I'm talking about.
We know in London there are issues about exploitation of young people, but they're not as defined by the member in her definition of what those types of gangs are.
So are you saying...
So in London, in the biggest city in the country, when it's happened in loads of other cities, he's trying to say it's not happening in London.
Saying we haven't got the same sort of gangs that are in Rotherham, Bradford, and lots of other places in the country.
Just for you to misunderstanding, what does she mean by that?
You know full well what I mean by that. It's all over the television. You know exactly what I mean by that.
Go on, just say it. Pakistani Muslim, just say it. Pakistani Muslim men grooming young girls, children, to rape them. Go on, please say it.
These gangs of people that are grooming young girls for sex. Do we actually have those in London?
Today we need to give a full answer. Can she be clear what she means by that? I'm not clear what she means.
How much clearer do you want me to be? Look at the...
Do grown men who are Pakistani Muslim pick up young girls, children, girls, and coerce them into sex, i.e. rape, and repeatedly rape them and torture them and pass them around in the Pakistani Muslim community?
The gangs that they've uncovered...
I don't really know what that means. Would they do like to... I don't know what that means.
In other parts of the country, do we have those gangs in London? It's a simple question. The answer is very simple. It's yes or no. I'm not asking you where those gangs are because the police might not want them to be disclosed. I'm asking you, do we have those sort of gangs in London?
I'm not sure why she's so nervous to say what she means.
Yeah, because you'll call her a racist, you dick.
What do you mean?
No. I am saying exactly what I mean. I'm saying, have we got any of those grooming gangs in London?
I'm unclear, Chair, what is meant by the question. If she could spell it out, I can answer.
I've just spelt it out.
Are you raping kids? Maybe she should have said that. Are you personally involved in the rape of children, Sadiq? Are your mates, your cousins, your brothers, your uncles, are any of you involved in the rape of children? He'll go, no. And she'll say, what about other men in London? Are they doing that?
Are you not listening? It's the sort of gangs that groom young girls at a young age for sex. Exactly how much clearer do you want me to be?
So we do have issues in London with young girls being groomed for county lines. Some of those girls are used for...
Oh, county lines, yeah, because that's known, isn't it? Yeah. What are those county lines? Well, what do you mean by county lines? Well, I mean, you know, lines around the county. Yeah, but what do you mean by county lines? He's talking about drugs. Like, they're not bridging the divide between the counties to get raped, are they, mates?
sex. And that's one of the reasons why I've set up things like the Lighthouse, funded by City Hall, why we've set up 4 hubs to help survivors of
That's amazing. The Lighthouse.
child sexual abuse, why we're investing in London's Violence and Exploitation Support Service, why I commissioned the HMI to look into the issue of child exploitation, why the Met Police Service now employs 1,200 child protection officers, why we have Operations Interior, first begun in London.
What about the imams? Looking into any of them?
We're the only police force that began the V100, targeting the 100 most violent
I just
young
asked
people.
a yes-no question. So approximately how many of these gangs that I am talking about, that I do not know why you don't understand the sort of gangs I'm talking about, exactly, or approximately, I should say, to give you leeway, approximately how many of those gangs have we got in London? Because the public is very, very rightfully concerned about this and concerned about these young women.
Well, I'm still none the wiser why she's so nervous about saying what she means. But in London, we have V100, which are the 100 most prolific, dangerous people the police target. That number goes up and down. So one month, the V100 may be 120 people, or one month there may be 80 people, and each BCU has a localized V number. So when I was in Croydon a few weeks ago, the V number wasn't 100, it was a bit below. But as they reminded me, people can sometimes go in that list or out that list.
Thank you. Chairman, I was very clear in what I was talking about. I just don't understand.
Such a snivelling little prick, isn't he? Okay, so let's have a look now at what I've got. I'm on the telly at 9:45, so we're going to go through this quite quick. Okay, so this is what he said about London. Remember, that's how long it took to answer a question. This is how quickly he was to make crappy comments about the weekend.
But before we begin, I want to address the events of this weekend. On Saturday, Met officers once again put themselves on the line.
Yeah, that's what they're paid to do, but brilliant. Never really put themselves on the line for me. In fact, they've been shit.
To keep Londoners safe and facilitate the right to protest. I want to say thank you to all those involved for their work and to offer my heart.
Can I just also say, I don't remember him talking about this after Hamas marches. I might be wrong, but I don't remember him calling them all a bunch of fucking racists, which they predominantly were. If you had an Israel flag in that thing, you'd have been lynched.
Thoughts to those that were injured in the line of duty. I know that policing protest, especially of the sort we saw this weekend, is complex and places huge demand on the Met. I was shocked by the violence officers faced, and I've been clear that it's completely unacceptable. I also want to take the opportunity to categorically reject the appalling racism we saw on the capital streets this weekend.
What racism, you fucking asshole? What a load of lies. What racism?
As the far right attempts to sow hatred, fear and division.
You. I didn't see any hatred or division. In fact, I saw the most united group of people. I've never felt like I was amongst so many chivalrous men in my entire life. It was so lovely. And there were people of all kind of stripes and colours and cultures. Ridiculous.
I know many Londoners will be feeling scared. I want to be clear, everyone, no matter their race, faith or background, is welcome here.
Can I just say, really not Jews. I mean, you're not welcome because they allow this shit to go on all the time. Your places get attacked and you have to have guards around your children's primary schools. So, just not Jews. Especially like during Ramadan. Can you imagine?
Now's the time for us to come together as Londoners and proud Brits to reject the far
I'd certainly rather come alone, but, that's just me.
right, as we have done many times before.
So that's him. And then let's have a look at the final little thing I've got to share with you, and then I really should bugger off. I just want to see his before I do that, there's something I want to share. Oh no, I'll do that. I know many people, particularly from London's diverse communities, feel extremely worried following the events this weekend. It takes me back to how I felt growing up in the 70s and 80s when far-right political parties marched on our streets. I just want to remind everyone what far-right is, because it's worth remembering. That is not what I saw myself there on that march. The leaders of the far right are once again attempting to hijack our flag. It's not our flag, it's our flag. You definitely, if you had to pick a flag, the Union flag is not your flag, and the St. George Cross is not your flag. We know that that's not the flag you absolutely love, and you would, we just know. Okay, we know. As Londoners and proud Brits, we must unite to reject the far right, just as we have many times before. Actually, I think the horseshoe theory makes you closer to far right than me. It's going to take huge effort from us all, from people of all races and backgrounds who are willing to stand up for the British values of equality, inclusion, and mutual respect. I think you just lost it, mate. I just think you've lost it. So I got this little clip earlier, and Aja, I think she's if you're listening, Aja, this is especially for you. But I just want you to remember that I can't remember exactly what she said, but she said something along the lines of, now that we're winning, they have turned the propaganda against us up to 11.
This is a top to what we use on stage, but it's very, very special because if you can see, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
and most of
11,
the amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's one louder, isn't it? It's not 10. You see, most blokes be playing at 10. You're on 10 here, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. You're on 10 on your guitar. Where can you go from there? Where?
I don't know.
Nowhere, exactly. What we do is, if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
Brilliant. Look, I'm going to leave you with that. But look, keep talking to each other. Don't listen to the noise. Like, focus on the things that are going to get you further in this particular debate. Don't focus on the noise. Don't listen to it. And if you can do that, I promise we will win. This is now a battle for the truth. This is good versus evil. And you want to be on the right side. And the right side is when you've listened to everything you need to. Don't listen to me. What do I know? But listen to all voices and then make your own mind up. And if you do that, I promise we will win. And do you know why else we're going to win? Well, because I never lose.
Don't get it twisted. This rap game is mine, and it's not a fucking game. Fuck what you heard. It's what you hearing. It's what you hearing, listen. It's what you hearing, listen. It's what you hearing, listen. X gon' give it to you. Fuck